Hello, and welcome once again to another episode of Third Action. I'm your lovely host, Jason, and these are the same three lifeguards that were here last week, making sure that no one is drowning in the kiddie pool. It's Char playing Asher Ford, Human Ranger.
Stop running around the pool. I'm gonna fall.
Equipped with 12 sets of floaties, it's Greshy, Ironroot, Dwarven Druid, played by Will.
By the way, the color change in pool is a myth. If you pee in it, it's just the same color as the pool usually is. Please don't test it.
And in the bottom right, we have Adam, playing Gunn, Shough, Human Champion of Erastil. Still drowning, apparently. All right. So, last time on Third Action, our group of intrepid adventurers. Oops, that was the battle theme that I just clicked. Sorry. Our group of intrepid adventurers wandered around in the wilderness of the Kodar Mountains, attempting to seek a way into Zin Shalast, searching for the headwaters of the seemingly vanished River of Va. Having heard of some possible ways to get in, you meandered around, tried to summon a helpful spirit without a ritual. The ritual worked, but the spirit wasn't so helpful. And yeah, you just kind of wandered around. Everybody was really cold. You froze. Eventually got hungry. Started seeing some things. Figured that you'd try being hungry a little bit harder. And camped for the night. It's past midnight, so we're now on. I want to say it's Wheel Day. Yes, Wheel Day, Abadius 23rd, 4708 AR. Yeah, it's in the early hours of the morning. Asher has just woken up Greshy and Gunn, who seem to have been having dreams of drowning. And I believe that's where we kind of left, is Asher had just woken up both Greshy and Gunn from their visions. From their nightly visions, dreams. So you find yourselves all. What was that?
That it had crossed my mind to wonder whether Asher was just trolling us for being the ones in the party who are required to eat still. Like, oh yeah, guy, we'll totally get there if you guys just like don't eat your dinner.
See how long they can go and not eat before they figure out my ruse.
That's assuming that Asher has a mean bone in his body.
But we decided to give his theory a try, and it seems to be working.
Yeah, so you find yourselves awake in the explorer's yurt. Is that what it's called? I think it's what it's called.
That's correct.
Yep.
And Greshy and Gunn, you both have this sensation of like being extremely damp that fades very quickly as you like wake up and come to your senses. You're like still groggy for a moment, and you still feel like there's just water all around you. You'd like try to like wipe it off and rub the water out of your eyes, but you find just the cold late night air touching your cheeks. You look all around you and you can see wisps of ethereal water like rushing through just all around you in the yurt, but you as if you were like in the lake bed or like in a riverbed, but you don't feel anything different. You just can see this like kind of bluish purple ethereal water just rushing past you. But Asher doesn't see any of that.
Good news, bad news. Because this is what we were looking for, but also I was pretty tired. And I'm still tired.
Was not planning to sleep in the middle of a ghost river, I suppose, but
Yeah.
is it
you
the
see the
entirety of the
river?
yurt is underwater at this point?
Asher asked a question, but yes, the entire yurt seems to be underwater.
What was that, Asher?
Oh, can you see the river?
Sort of. It's kind of there. Greshy kind of splashes about, sort of waving his hand through it.
Ah.
It's there, but it's not. It's kind of hollow looking.
Ooh.
Open the. I'll get my warm clothes on, and then open the yurt door and take a peek outside.
Okay, you open the yurt door and there's just a blast of frigid air immediately. The gust of wind that's created actually snuffs out the fire that you had going in the
Down blast.
inside the tent.
Nice.
But yeah, all around you are the rushing river rapids. Flowing downhill. The direction you're looking happens to be like downhill down the mountain.
But still, it seems like it's following the actual contours of the land.
Not quite. No. Like if you try to like follow you can see like ethereal rocks and other debris in the water as well, and if you like try to focus on one, you can see sometimes it'll like pass through the earth, as if you're like, this seems to be actually quite a deep river, and you're only kind of at the top layer of it, and it's still like taller than you, but it also seems to be going through the ground.
Yeah, how far away from the yurt to get to the quote unquote shore? Can I see?
You're only about. Not that it specifically matters, but
it's probably pretty dark, so I'll cast light to.
Yeah, it's still pretty dark. If you cast light, you can see looks like a kind of slightly higher ground shoreline. Would be about like 30 feet away from where you are standing currently.
Okay. I doubt we can move the yurt while it's set up, which is unfortunate. Seems like we're gonna have to travel a little tonight if we want to get any sleep.
Can we drag the tent out of the river area? Is that something that's feasible, or?
It can only be set up once. Is that the? I can look
Once
at the
per
item.
day, I believe.
Explorer's yurt. Yeah, I would say that it's already
Once per day.
Yeah, it has been set up and activated, and yeah, trying to move it would involve. Yeah, it won't actually, like, you can't really move it once it's been set. Otherwise, it would just deactivate.
Okay. Well, that's unfortunate, but what are you going to do? Just rather not wanting to sleep out in the wilds, though. Well, everyone get your stuff. Let's go.
Okie dokie.
Okay. You guys grab all your things and pull the loop of red cloth inside the yurt that causes it to all fold up and package itself up neatly. And trudge out of the snow, or through the snow, onto around where Gunn indicated. Just Yeah, about
Busy,
35,
we're
40 feet away.
consistently now. We could probably follow it tonight. There's no point really in trying to sleep if we're not capable of getting rested anyway, since we're so hungry. Might as
Well,
just
so currently
where we're going.
Gunn and Greshy would be fatigued since they haven't eaten. Asher is not. If Asher goes without sleep or tries to continue journeying, then he will also get fatigued.
Didn't Asher have third shift?
Did he have
No, I
third
had the
shift?
middle one.
On,
He had the middle one, yeah.
I think
on
Greshy was
shift.
third.
No, Greshy had first.
Oh,
Asher was in the middle.
I wasn't.
Okay, so
Yeah,
so
I
Asher
think it was
more sleep
Gunn.
then.
Yeah, I think it was Greshy, Asher, and then Gunn, right?
Sure.
Rock takes a turn as well.
True. So yeah, you still have some hours of sleep that, I mean, you'd still kind of like to have, but I mean, you can also just keep marching along. You'll just be fatigued as a group.
Are we ready to prepare spells at this point, or we're just going with what we had?
Preparing spells also takes time and takes
Just take an hour. I know.
a location where you can do your preparations, which we don't have right now. We're exposed in the wilderness. I think we keep going with what we had yesterday and hope to get somewhere by dawn.
Very well. How you feeling, Asher?
Tired, but I'm not hungry,
Well, that's
and
good.
I can't see anything.
That's a bit more concerning. Though
Yeah.
Gunn's got the light on at least, so that's something.
Well, I mean,
Well.
I can see. I can't see the river, so you guys are gonna have to.
Oh, right. Well, if you just follow us, I think we can figure that out. It's the parts where what's making my cloak all wet.
We'll have to try to hold on to Asher if he's gonna get lost like we did when we were trying to follow that spirit.
Oh yeah.
We've got some rope someplace
Put a
we
rope
can.
on me, like
Aye.
a child.
Rope is not a bad idea.
I was thinking not necessarily just you, but loops around everyone.
Yep.
If I ride
Right.
Phelan, we loop around Phelan's collar to Gunn to Asher, or vice versa. I don't know which order you want.
Yeah,
Oh,
I have some rope.
pull out the rope and start fashioning some sort of link to keep us connected.
Rock would have been out to sleep, but I will put him back in the pet cache for travel with my other first level spell.
Okay. So yeah, using your second first level spell, you pet cache, tuck him away into your cloak. And Greshy, you're specifically bringing out Phelan. Or I guess Phelan was in the bag at some point. I guess he was out to sleep, but are you setting him out?
No, I'll stuff him in the bag as well.
Okay.
That'll probably be for the best.
Okay, so
My long
Phelan,
strider's not on anymore, so we're going 25. So, a little slow.
Okay. So, you tie the three of you up to each other, put the pets away, packed up the yurt, and begin to trudge through the snow. What's your marching order?
I will be last as far as people go. I don't know where the pets will go.
I think we should put Asher in the middle for this.
Oh, in the middle. That's a good idea.
I would put Gunn in front since
I'll
you've
go
got the
in
light.
Yeah.
Then I'll bring up the rear.
Okay. So, Gunn with the light, Asher in the middle, and Greshy in the back to make sure that Asher doesn't veer astray. And you get moving. What direction are you trying to go? or like what's your movement strategy?
Follow the purple ghost river.
I mean, up or down?
Upstream.
Going upstream?
Upstream.
Okay.
Yeah, we're looking for the cave at the headwaters. So
Okay.
I think we'll try and stay adjacent to it rather than in the middle of it, though.
Okay. Yeah. Before you had been trying to guesstimate where the middle was, and when you have it, you guessed right,
Worked
but
too well.
a little too well. Okay. So you try to follow the ghostly apparition of a river along its edge, and as you do so, it's incredibly cold at night. There's no snow falling, but it is very dark. The fog hasn't quite set in yet, but so your light does carry across the snowfield. You, Greshy and Gunn, you can both hear just very faint echoes of the sounds of splashing, rushing water as you trudge, stomping foot by foot through the snow. It's slow going. Even if you had Longstrider or other companions, you're still moving through pretty heavy, difficult terrain, ascending upwards. The river veers pretty strongly to the left as you're continuing along its edge. You turn in turn and continue following it. You see apparitions of trees as well, of rocks that maybe existed once but are no longer in that spot, or perhaps no longer exist at all. The terrain feels weird to look at. In various spots, there's just a weird, slightly off, kind of duplicated image of whatever you're looking at, as if you could see its position 10,000 years ago superimposed on top of its position now. It's like you're seeing into the past and the present at the same time, and it is disorienting. But you try to focus your eyes just on foot by foot in front of you and making sure that you're keeping the water within 5-10 feet of you. Go ahead and give me fortitude saves. And I still have this written down.
Okie dokie dokie. Oh, that's a 40 even for Greshy.
46 for Asher.
At 20.
Nice job for
For
Gunn.
48. Okay. It's incredibly cold. But I think only... I mean, Greshy, you succeed, but don't crit succeed. The other two of you crit succeed. But you're freshly warm. Greshy, you only take 2 points of cold damage.
Once, I suppose.
You're all pretty tired. Your eyes are kind of drooping. It's difficult to keep pace. You're moving at probably even less than half speed through the snow. the sun doesn't show any sign of rising anytime soon. You just continue marching through the dark. No birds chirping, no owls hooting in the distance. Just silent stomping through the snow. Just crunch, crunch, crunch of your boots coming in and out of feet of snow. Assuming that you all just keep moving. Asher, at some point you start to... Your vision just becomes kind of blurry from just tiredness. And you start to kind of drift and veer off to the left. Who's behind you? Greshy. Greshy, you see this and you can kind of tug on the rope to pull Asher back in. You stumble.
Here I go.
You stumble a bit, Asher, but you kind of regain your senses. But yeah, Greshy, you could tell that he was starting to like lose sense of where everyone was.
Direction there.
Yeah.
Well, the rope wasn't the worst idea then. Keeping everyone going straight, at least.
All right. You keep marching through the snow. The terrain has started to change a bit. You're seeing a lot more trees around. The trees were pretty sparse and scattered in the snowfield, but you're starting to see actually a large number of trees around you. Not quite forest level, but like pretty one every like 15 feet or so versus one every 30 to 40 feet. There's some small shrubs, bushes around that you occasionally have to step or walk around. And some of these trees and bushes are even in the path of the river. So you can, at this point, where the like river isn't in any like noticeable, like obvious former riverbed. The terrain here has changed seemingly dramatically from when this river actually existed. But presuming that you just keep marching ahead, go and give me another set of fortitude saves. Being in the warmth did reset the actual DC. So it was 35, it's currently 36. It gets increased by one every hour that you go.
37 for Greshy.
46 for Asher.
Is 30 for Gunn? Okay, so Gunn fails, but the rest succeed. And I guess Asher's is a crit success. Okay. So Asher's fine. The rest of you. That is 12, 13, 15, 16, 18, 19. It'd be 19 points of cold damage if you failed, half that on success. So
9.
8. 9. Okay. You continue moving. Tell me if you're not continuing to move, and I will let you not move. But I'm just kind of assuming that you're, even though you're
going.
Shivering, you keep marching. Another.
Just try to keep going until dawn.
Okay. Another hour passes of you all just trudging through the snow. There's starting to be a little bit of light. You can tell that dawn is approaching. But the snow has also begun to start up again. It's light right now, very light, just little drizzle. What's powder? What do you call very light snow? A flurry? Yeah, a flurry. It's a very light flurry has started to kick up. And snowflakes are drifting all around you. It's not adding any additional impediment now, but if it gets too much worse, then it could be problematic. But go ahead and give me another set of fortitude saves. This is DC 37.
Oh boy, this isn't going to go well, is it?
Ooh, nice.
A 40, a 40, and a 38. All right, everybody succeeded. I guess Asher and Gunn become crit successes. Greshy, you will take half on your success. That is...
Sure thing.
Greshy, we have to get you a hat for your head.
This one's only 17 points of damage, so that one would be 8 halved.
Gotcha.
All right. Do you guys continue marching?
Cold out.
You think you can? You think you've got another hour, and dawn will have struck? I suppose. Like the sun is about to start
why
rising.
not?
Okay. You continue on.
It'd be a waste to quit now, wouldn't it?
Go ahead and give me another fortitude save as you continue to march through. The terrain has become a lot steeper uphill at this point. It's very rough on one's glutes and what are the hamstrings? I don't know. You're all stairmastering now as you do a steep climb up the mountain. What was that? That is a 33, a 38, and a 39 on a DC. Where were we at? We're at 30. Are we on 38?
This one?
Yeah, DC 38.
believe
So
7 last time, yeah.
all right, so Asher failed. The other two succeeded. Guns becomes a crit success. And I can't throw dice in the container. And I've lost a dice. There we go. That is 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. 22 points of damage to Asher. 11 to Greshy, who succeeded.
This is really starting to hurt.
Draw up some
Yeah.
more healing. Seems like it'd be worthwhile. I've got
Well, if we want to set up some place to camp out, wouldn't be a bad idea. They can heal us if we want, but in fact, I do have a high level heal. I can just use that. So I'll just burst a. What is it? Just me and Asher. I think
I'd say just get yourself.
just heal myself.
You're
That's fair.
looking-
You two look like you're mostly okay. So-
managing.
I'll go ahead and use my 7th level heal to try and boost myself up a bit from all of the slight frostbite that I'm suffering.
Okay. You're like rubbing your hands together.
So that's going to be 99 hit points back, which
All
puts
right.
me back at full.
Yeah, you rub your hands together, generating a bit of warmth and heat, and revitalizing yourself off of it. Okay. That just happens like while you guys are still trudging up the steep mountain cliff sides. The sky, the sun has is just cresting over the a mountain ridge and bringing light to the mountain itself proper. As the area around you begins to illuminate with the sunrise, you are briefly blinded by just the sheer whiteness of the area ahead of you. It is, I mean, it's like looking at a lake or a river or the ocean when the sun is just right over it. The sun has kind of found a spot in the cloud, or like a gap in the clouds, and is just beaming rays down onto the mountain. And the reflection at first you think is just the snow, but you realize that up maybe about a half a mile away from you, up the mountain, you can see what looks like a massive, pristine frozen lake. A real one.
Do I know this, or do I see nothing?
No, you can see the real frozen lake. And in fact, when you notice the lake, you turn and you can hear suddenly the sound of rushing water. And you look to your right and see the headwaters of the River Ava flowing beside you.
Oh my god, there it is.
Are we on like a ridge or somewhere where we can see a fair distance?
You're looking kind of still up the
Slope.
The slope, yeah.
Okay.
The lake itself is kind of on a bit of a open plateau in a valley between a few peaks around. You can see, I guess if you look around you, there are 3 massive peaks to your left, amidst the mountains, each of which is billowing thick smoke into the air. If your character knows what a volcano is, then they would recognize that as being a volcano, or three different volcanoes. Sorry, I'm trying to make sure I got these chat points. All right. You can also see, as the clouds start to break a bit, the massive looming mountain. It's still a ways off in the distance ahead of you, but you can see just this massive peak summit of the mountain, with what appears to be a massive carved face looking down into the valley. Asher, I guess, would recognize this as being Mahar Masif, the tallest mountain in the world, carved with the face of Emperor Zin himself. You would have seen it probably in some of your book reading back when you were at Jorgenfist.
So this is where they hid this giant mountain.
Yeah, what are we in? Some kind of a secret pocket space? Just a veiled location? We should look for the cave and see if there's a place we can warm up and rest, as well as finding our first objective here.
I believe they did say that we could see the city from this giant lake, didn't they?
I thought so.
Supposedly.
Can we see the city?
Let me... Asher, the others are a little too tired and hungry to really do detailed spotting. You don't see the city, Asher, but you do see, pretty far up ahead, what looks like a pass through some of the mountains, just basically to the I guess you probably know your directions, to the north of you, slightly to the northwest of the lake. It seems to be some kind of ridge or pass through the mountains, like there's probably a road there. You can't really make out details of the road itself, but you can see.
Yeah, I'll point it out. Look, Looks like there's a road over there. Maybe that goes to the city.
Let's bring out Rock and possibly Phelan and see if we can find the cave we're looking for. And get everybody in there to warm up and rest.
Sounds good. Just mark out where Asher found this road. That way we know where to come back to.
Yeah. I mean, it's over by the giant face mountain, yes?
North.
Yeah.
It's a reasonable presumption. I can understand where you're getting that impression from. Well, let's look around. We're gonna try and find this cavern.
Okay. What cavern?
There's a cave, I believe, that they were holed up in when they found themselves here the first time.
Who? I'm confused on this
The
cave.
Beckers.
I suppose it wasn't necessarily a cave. It was
Thought
the
there was
fen.
just like a swamp.
Yeah, the location was the fen, not the
Right.
cave. on
Okay.
Fen.
Don't know where I was falling along. I figured they found a place to hold up from that we were looking for, but Fen of the Ice Mist, we do want to find that, but
The ice mist is presumably where we are right now, or the lake. Roughly.
so then we follow the road, I
You
guess.
get a vision, and that vision may have a specific.
Who actually did that? Was that Gunn who?
That was Gunn.
Okay.
Cast
Yes,
spell.
the vision that you saw pretty clearly matches this massive lake.
Can I find the exact position where the vision was, or can I figure out which side it was on?
I mean, you have to. You could fly up to get. It was like a bird's eye view of the lake itself. You all can see from a distance that it is a massive frozen lake, and there does appear to be kind of white mist slightly rising up from it. But
Well, all right. If the results of that spell are not specific enough to find the person we're looking for, then perhaps we can track them now, or something.
I'll bring Phelan out, I suppose, and see if he reacts at all.
That's a good call.
Okay.
He was definitely connected.
you bring Phelan out of the carrier, let him out into the snow, and then enlarge him to regular size. He boofs into existence, and shivers a bit, shakes his fur, and looks around and sniffs at the air, and looks in the direction of the lake, and takes off. He just starts bounding in that direction.
Ah, shite.
There he goes.
Greshy's gonna start running after him.
Are we all
Let's
tied
go.
up with the rope still?
Flourish.
You are.
Wee! Alright, here we go.
Gunn, are you still tied with us with the rope? Because
Yes, but I didn't get to climb on Rock yet. I would probably,
okay.
That would probably.
Because Greshy's gonna be attempting to
About
drag
halfway
Asher,
up.
who'll be attempting to drag Gunn, who's just like away.
I told Rock to go away and like follow that dog.
Okay, so Rock is following Phelan directly. So let's see, if Rock, Phelan, then Rock is kind of behind. Greshy is trying to go faster than everyone, but I mean
Absolutely
he
not
is
happening.
he is both quite slow and trudging through snow. So I feel like Asher would just outpace him if Asher tried. I don't know if Asher would be
Here I
polite.
I'll
Um,
Greshy, but we'll
I'll
get ourselves
pull you
untied
along like a
first.
reindeer.
Do you guys untie yourselves?
Yeah.
Okay.
Fine.
As you start running, you untie yourselves and leave the I guess
No,
whoever's
I'll
rope it
coil up.
is.
I'm
Okay.
coiling.
Asher, Gunn's coiling the rope as you guys are running. All right.
Would never walk
Sounds
away.
good.
Special rope.
Let me. Okay. So you guys start running towards the lake through the snow, and you see up in the distance as you're moving a few trees that dot the edge of the lake, and in particular near one tree. Most of the trees seem to be leafless for the winter, or roughly leafless. But there stands one evergreen tree, some kind of like pine. It's quite large, but it's the direction that Phelan's running is right towards that singular tree. And you can see as you get closer, you can start to see like a wisp of smoke near it, possibly in front of it. Then you notice a small hut kind of butted right up against the tree. And let's see. Move you to a new map. Map. So yeah, you can see there's like snowy ice lake back there, and up ahead is a what looks like a campfire, a small hut behind it, and a large pine tree. Let me put Phelan just is running straight through the snow towards the hut. Gunn, not Gunn. Rock is pretty closely behind. I don't know why he's still got this skull on him. Let me remove the skull. He's not afraid anymore. And that leaves the other three. I have the wrong Asher.
Trying to catch up.
Who's the fastest of the three of you?
Asher, I'm pretty sure.
Asher.
Okay. All right, Asher will be first here.
Gunn is probably almost as fast, except Gunn can't ignore difficult terrain.
True. That's true. Okay, so Asher is just zooming, while the other two of you are actually quite far behind, as it were. Okay. So Asher, you're catching up as Phelan approaches the hut, and he's like sniffing all around it. There's a singular door that is just seems to be. There's just a singular large animal fur, perhaps a bear pelt or something, hanging over the entryway. It seems loosely built out of timber, but Phelan is sniffing all around the ground near it. He starts to sniff at the campfire, or cooking fire, as it were. There's actually a few. There's like some cutlery, utensils, a pot. That are all set out around it. What do you do? Rock kind of lands in the snow nearby.
I'll approach. How old does all of this look? Does it look like someone has just lived here?
I mean, it looks like someone's probably living here now. It looks fairly new and fairly simple construction. It's not like it doesn't look particularly well made. It's all pretty rough cut wood, and not necessarily painted or anything. It's very, very simple construction.
I guess I will say, hello? Is anyone here? I'll walk up towards the flap, cautiously.
Okay, you walk up towards the flap, saying that. Around now is probably when Gunn and Greshy would at least be on the map back here.
I think Gunn would still be pretty far ahead of me.
No, I'm holding up for you.
Well, what are your
I appreciate
individual
that.
speeds? What's gun speed?
25 without long strider for Greshy.
Base 35.
Okay, and then but both of those halved is 25 halved is 12 and 35 halved is 17, so you're actually not that far off when you're
That's true.
a bit ahead, but not necessarily super far. In any case, Asher, you call out for if anyone is there, and you approach the flap, but suddenly you hear something from your right. I need everyone to actually roll initiative.
Ah!
Oh. Oh boy. Just perception or?
Yeah, perception initiative or athletics. I would allow athletics if you're still running, but perception for Asher. And remember that you are fatigued. I believe fatigued is a -1.
It is not for everything. It is -1 for AC and saves.
Oh, okay. In that case, you're probably fine. Nope, it's just a -1. Yeah, -1 to AC and saves. Yep.
Okay.
Will is correct. Okay, so that rolled a.
Greshy got a really good athletics roll. He's really trying to chase after
Ooh!
Phelan and
Going.
everyone else.
Whoop.
A bear.
It's a nice
okay.
bear.
Bear.
It looks
It's
so
an
nice.
ice bear.
It looks so nice, bear.
Who am I missing? Gunn and. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't get on the tracker, but.
All right, that was a what is that? 40 for Gunn.
40 for Gunn.
Okay. So we actually have Gunn is first with a 40, Greshy with a 38, and Asher with a 37. So Asher, you start to see the snow beside you start to kind of mound up, and like an ice sculpture begins to rise out of the pile of snow, and it is bear-like in shape, but seems to be completely made of ice. What do you do? Oh, sorry. What does Gunn do? Gunn, you see this happen from all the way back here.
Actually, I do one thing first. So, I have a quick question, and I'm gonna find out what happens. I'm gonna do this either way. I have a new piece of gear.
Okay.
Called, Energy Robe of Cold, which has an activated ability that lets you. That gives you water walk for 1 minute, and I wish to know whether water walk works on snow. So
Okay.
I'm going to activate that.
All right, you activate the robe of energy robe of cold, and it does actually work. It just like it would freeze water as you walk across it. Your next step, as you lift your foot out of the snow and up onto the surface, it actually hardens the surface of the snow, and you get a firm step, and you're able to pull up your other foot. So you're now just walking across the surface of the snow rather than through it.
Okay, then I will run ahead. I'll say, to Greshy something like, best hurry. We'll probably need you to resolve this. And
All right, I'm moving.
God,
Big
look at
step.
this. I have my line drawing. Oh, it's this one, isn't it?
So that was 2 actions to activate it,
Yeah.
I guess.
Oh, they changed the icon for the ruler. That's what they did. That's why it's confusing me.
Oh, yes, they have. Roll20 has changed all the icons.
All right.
I don't know what
Gonna
this
run
option is.
Straight forward to here.
What is that? Oh,
That's
it's
my
a
last.
torch.
That's my third action.
Okay. All right. So you activate the robe and just start running across the ice. Greshy, it's your turn.
All right, fair enough. Greshy's going to. He'll take a couple of actions to start whipping the wind around him, and we'll take off into the air and just start flying over land instead. So he will start moving himself that way.
What are you using to do this?
Stormwind flight.
Ah, okay. That's
A
2
focus
actions
I have.
and gives you a fly speed. Okay,
Equals
lasts
my
for 1
standard
minute.
speed, which right now is 25.
cool. Okay, so yeah, you just you burst a gust of wind lifts you up and just starts to drift you across the surface of the ice, or snow rather. All right, Asher, you're up.
Oh, it's a bear.
Don't know if that one's friendly.
Might be.
We did save that other one. You
Uh,
should tell it that.
I don't know what its reach is, but I'm going to attempt to move here. Does it
Okay,
do
you
it?
start to back away, and it does actually try to take an attack of opportunity on you.
What?
Um,
On the old swipe.
that is a 30 to hit.
It doesn't hit.
Does not hit. Okay, so it tries to slash at you with its icy claw, but you manage to just kind of duck under and away. And thank you, Quafnar, for the Prime subscription. I don't usually do this, but I just noticed it.
And my weapon wasn't out, so I will draw that now. Seems like a
All right,
good
you-
time. And
Yeah, tumble through the snow and pull out your bow.
I want to. What is this creature? What is this ice bear? Is this an ice bear? Is this a magical thing? I want to try and figure that out.
Okay, go ahead and roll a. This would be recall knowledge, Arcana or Nature.
Do some nature. With 42 for nature.
A 42. You definitely know that this is an ice elemental. It is. It is a form of water elemental. And that's actually a critical success in this case. So I can give you one additional bit of info. What kind of info do you want? You can ask about an attack it has, or weakness. Okay. Weaknesses. It is. I'm looking at the wrong thing. It is, in fact, weak to fire. It has fire weakness 5.
Nice. And I believe that's all 3 of my turns, or my actions.
Yep. Move, draw, and think.
And recall
Oh.
knowledge. Yeah.
All right. The ice elemental bear rears up onto its hind legs and makes a swing at Phelan. Let's try again. Okay. That's a nice number. That one's a 43 to hit Phelan.
Does hit, does not crit.
Okay. In that case, we do 31 points of piercing damage as the claw slashes into Phelan.
Ow.
Oh, right. Plus the cold damage. Plus 3 points of cold damage.
He resists all of it with his burning.
Ah, correct. Then for its reaction, as the claw hits, it actually the entire arm of the bear kind of explodes and shatters. I need Phelan to make a reflex save.
Jeez.
And
All
only
right.
Phelan is close enough. So
Good golly. That's only a 34 for him.
34 is a success. Yes, that is a success, but not a critical success. So he'll take half damage from this icy burst, which is just 2 of those. 10 points of cold damage, which would get reduced to 5, which he is unaffected by, I suppose.
Yeah, he resists 5, so.
Okay, yeah, the rune on his armor glows and the ice melts as it connects with him. There's also just a bright flash when it happens, but Phelan has kind of turned and avoided the damage and the explosion, so he's fine. So that was actually action 1 plus its reaction. It is then going to dive into the snow.
Ooh.
And I think it can move all the way. It tunnels through the snow and pops up again right next to Asher.
My secret technique.
Top of round 2, Gunn.
Okay. Let me confirm one thing real quick at my new special actions. I have a thing that I can do during combat. Oh, it's a 3 action activity. Okay, I guess I'll have to move this turn and try instead to use the... oh, there's actually 2. So I've got legendary negotiation action, which is 3 actions, but I've also got gesture of kindness, which is that's a reaction on a being attacked. Okay. Both of which can let me do mid-fight diplomacy. So I'm gonna get in position for that first by moving 2 moves to get up to, I suppose here is as close as I can get. 2 moves.
Okay, so you go flying across, or I guess running across the snow, across the surface of the snow, up adjacent to rock and the creature itself.
Mm-hmm.
It's got its
And I
attention
will-
focused on Asher, but go ahead.
I'll be looking around, kind of like wildly, and looking to see if I see anybody, and I'll shout, Madam Ogletuld, are you here? We're friends.
Okay. There's no immediate response to that, but Greshy.
Greshy's gonna fly a little bit closer. Let's get to all 3 actions will take us all the way up here. And Phelan will, for his single action, just get in behind the ice bear thing and threaten it, I suppose.
Okay.
Sure.
Phelan growls as he flanks the ice bear. Asher, it is your turn.
Can I defend myself?
It has used its reaction already, so unless it has a second reaction somehow, you are safe to move.
It's true. I do like that. I love moving. If I can find my ruler. That works. Meow. How you getting out of here? I liked here.
Okay, you
All right,
scurry.
Two
Asher.
actions.
You scurry through the snow around the ice bear, behind it, past Gunn, and over towards Greshy. Or putting yourself in between Gunn and Greshy.
I'll hunt prey it just in case Gunn's diplomacy doesn't work out.
All right, you hunt prey, and that was those 2 actions, but okay.
2 actions to move and then hunt prey was one.
Oh, I see. You use 2 movements. Okay. All right.
Yes.
The ice bear's turn. It doesn't seem to react to your plea, Gun, though you weren't necessarily directing it at it. And it will turn towards you and go for a strike. And that is going to be with its ice claw. Actually, is that what it's going to do? Yes. Ice claw. 38 to hit. I don't think that hits.
That does not hit.
Okay. And then I have points, so I'll use 9 points for its second strike. I threw that die onto the ground. That is a plus 9 plus its second bonus, so 43 to hit with the second strike.
That will hit.
All right.
A regular hit.
Regular hit. Okay. Of course, this was supposed to be persistent cold. Okay. That makes more sense. In that case,
That's
we do.
on when I get hit. I hold an attack back.
Plus that. 22 points of slashing damage. And I did this wrong with Phelan, but I guess it wouldn't have mattered with Phelan. But you also take 1d6 persistent cold damage.
Okay.
I suppose technically it could have been a 6 on the 1d6.
Oh, does he have resist 5? Okay.
He does.
I see. Okay.
For slashing, resist 4 of the 22. My armor, so that brings it to 18.
All right.
And yeah, the persistent cold, I guess we'll just.
Yeah. Otherwise, it's hit you with its other arm, and the claw, it leaves some of the claws embedded in your armor. Those are giving off a radiation of extreme cold energy. It will also then its turn again, so it's got its reaction back. It will explode its second arm. Shattering into a bunch of razor-sharp crystals of ice. I need Phelan, Gunn, and Rock to all make reflex saves.
Oh boy. Phelan got a 35.
Gun with a 32, Rock with a 31.
Where am I looking? The 35, 32, 31. The 32 and 31 are both failures. The 35 is a success. So Phelan takes half the
This is
damage.
a damaging. Oh, I don't have my shield out. So no, wait, that's from armor. If this is a damaging effect, I add an additional 2 to that.
Okay,
So-
well, that makes it a 34. You're shy by 1. Oh, sorry, no. It is a 34. Sorry.
Okay.
No, it's 34. Yeah, you're fine. So you do actually save. So
cool.
you'll take half damage.
Cool.
In this case, does Bulwark increase to even higher?
No, bulwark is what gives me the plus. It replaces my dex
I see.
component of reflex saves with a +3.
Got it. Okay, in any event, so you succeed. Rock does not. That is 5 points of cold damage. Rock is blinded
Rock
for 1
has a
round.
chunk of resist cold. Okay.
So there's a big flash of.
Fine from that damage.
Okay, yeah. So he resists the damage, but he is blinded by the light explosion. He doesn't look away in time. Okay, top of the round. Gun.
I'm gonna do a 3-action legendary negotiation on this. I suppose on this creature, since no one has come out. So that looks like this. It reads, you can negotiate incredibly quickly in adverse situations. You attempt to make an impression and then request your opponent cease their current activity and engage in negotiations. It's a diplomacy check with a -5
Okay.
against target will DC.
Okay. What language are you doing this in?
Ooh. I suppose common.
Okay.
And that has a 19 on the dice, so it's 44. Wait, what? Why is it rolling 2 dice? It's not 2 dice. That's weird. I don't know what it.
It does that sometimes for actions. Ignore it.
Oh, ignore the 3D dice. The 3D dice are weird sometimes.
No, I'm looking at the result in the thing. It says 19 plus 2 equals 44.
That's correct.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, you rolled a natural 19 and you added a 25.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm confused. What's the... Okay.
When you hover over the thing, it says rolling 25 instead of showing the mods like it normally does.
Oh.
Oh, I see
that's
what
if you
you're saying
roll.
there. It's just
Oh, well, if you... Yeah, if you hover over the middle number, it just shows you. It has to roll it like that just to. It's silly. It's not actually. It's rolling a flat 25 and gave you a 25. That's all that is. It's just roll 20 terminology. In any case, sorry. So you try to talk this thing down.
I will be saying like, we mean you no harm. We are here to help Miss Olgotold if she's in the area. You can tell her it's okay to come out. This is Greshy, this is Phelan.
It seems like your words aren't getting through to it. It's looking at you and it seems to be hesitating, but it probably doesn't understand what you're saying. It's making out your body, like you're good at negotiation, so your body language is very is like capitulatory, so it is like kind of backing down, or it's like it's hesitating a bit. It's not sure what to do. But it hasn't completely like dropped its guard or anything like that.
It's not technically versus target will, it's just a DC that the
Yeah, it can be the creature's level DC, or the hard DC for that creature's level. But yeah, it's still language dependent in some some respects. It doesn't seem to understand common. Greshy.
Are we gonna keep dealing with this, or just give you another try? What do you want?
I don't know. Can you talk to it?
You want me to talk to it? I can try. I have no idea how well it'll go. The answer is no. I really don't know if I can talk to it.
What do elementals speak? Can't you summon them?
I can, but it depends on the elemental. I don't know if this one does. Aquan, probably.
Oh,
Anyway, I'm going to go ahead.
I was practicing my Aquan earlier.
I'm going to go ahead and cast Elemental Gift on Gunn and grant him a fly speed, as well as a bonus to his land speed.
That's cool.
You get a fly speed equal to your standard land speed, and you get a 30-foot status bonus to your land speed. So you're going, what, 65 and 35, I think?
I will frozone the shit out of this encounter.
And Greshy's going to tell Phelan to get into position behind, and Phelan's going to try and shift around over the fire 5.
The campfire will be difficult terrain.
15. Well, I imagine a lot of this is difficult terrain.
Oh, sure.
It's
Yes,
also-
everything here is difficult terrain. Yes, that's true.
So he's taking both of his actions basically to just circle
move
around
around.
and
Okay.
kind of get to flank in position.
All right. Phelan kind of gets around behind the bear. He's doing that like kind of stalking motion through the snow, as if he were a wolf. Asher.
What languages do I know? Not many. That's what I should have really thought about when thinking about this bear. Is what languages does this bear know? What languages does this bear know?
What language does bear speak?
You can do a another recall knowledge check to get more information.
Let's recall about this bear. Same one as last time, kind of.
Yep.
Nature.
Nature or arcana.
A 33 for my nature check on what is this bear's language.
Okay, that still succeeds. If it's a relative of water elementals, it's almost certainly Aquan. Which you're correct is like a very blurbly language.
Didn't we have like a amulet thing that helped us speak languages? Was it just comprehend language when we have to hear the bear speak?
You have that.
Oh, do I have that?
Because yeah, we do have. Because I can cast the spell, so I didn't need it. Either you or Greshy had it.
I know I have the headset.
If we do, I don't think we have it any longer. No idea where it would go.
Solid.
Seller.
Don't have time to go
Gunn
fishing through the bag at the moment.
Well, I don't think I put it on because I don't have it written down. So.
All right. Well, it's
Oops.
it's sitting around in some bag somewhere. You don't have time to look for it.
You ever left a restaurant
moment.
and you get like all the way back home and you realize, oh no, my umbrella, I forgot it back at the restaurant. It's gonna be this really expensive amulet.
Lying at the Kodar Mountains Arby's.
Asher's just gonna. I guess he still has his bow, but he's gonna kind of put up his hands like he doesn't want to fight, and then say to Gunn, "Do you have comprehend languages?" Because it knows.
Yeah,
What's
but
the
it would
language
have to,
called?
It would have to
Aquan.
speak first. It would have to speak
Oh.
first.
Oh God, that's right. You have to hear it, huh?
All right. Well,
Okay. So if we just spend the next round trying to make noises at it, maybe it will then talk to us in Aquan, at which point Gunn could then understand it and respond in kind.
all right. Anyway, it's the
Do I kind
it's
of
the Ice
remember
Bear's
what
turn.
those water elementals said? Do I remember a single word they said? Like,
you could. Not enough to produce anything. No, I'm gonna say no this time. All right. It is the Ice Bear's turn. It's
okay,
clearly hesitating. It senses that something weird is going on. It turns to look back at Phelan, who's gotten around behind it. It sees Gunn like gesturing, trying to be non-threatening. And I'm going to say that it uses two of its actions just kind of hesitating and looking around and not quite being sure what to do. But once that's done, like it decides to like settle and turns to like swipe at Phelan, who's behind it. Gives out a little bit of a icy, crunchy roar, and that is 35 to hit Phelan.
That misses.
Okay, so it just kind of claws at Phelan, who like jumps back a bit. And at the end of the round, you all hear a voice from inside the hut. Now, who's making all that noise out there? Gunn, top of the round.
Ma'am, could you call off your elemental? We're friends. I'm here with Greshy. And Phelan. Call out over there.
Okay, you call that out, and that's your turn?
Well, I suppose that with my remaining, if I spend, it's usually just a free action to do that, so, or to like make a quick.
Yeah, chatting. You have a little bit of talking for a free action, so.
I will slowly move. I think what I'll do is shift. And so I can get a little bit closer so I can speak more easily. After which... No, I don't think it's going to be a good idea to even draw a shield. So...
Okay, so you do two-step actions to get around.
Target, so I'll just two steps to get onto this side of the of the bear, over closer to the hut door, and also slightly closer to Phelan. And then I will just wait.
All right, Greshy.
Oh, end my turn.
Great. I guess we'll get a bit closer ourselves and try to talk the bear down. I can talk to animals. I don't think this technically counts, but maybe it does. Just calm. Everybody calm down. Sounds like we're going to be taking a bit of a breather here. Just warm by the fire, maybe not you. It's alright. And that will be Greshy's turn as he attempts to keep things as calm as he can.
All right, I guess a diplomacy check. That's how it's animal empathy, right? That gives you. It lets you use diplomacy checks on animals.
Or wild empathy, but I.
Wild empathy. That's what it's called.
Oh, how bad could this be? I mean, come on. 28. I mean, it could be worse.
Okay, you try
This is
to
why we
calm
don't
this
have
thing
Greshy talk to
down,
people.
but you're not really sure that it's doing anything. In fact, you talking to it and approaching it seems to have drawn its attention, and it rears up again, like it's getting ready to try and strike out at you, Asher.
I'm gonna. Can I like pull Greshy back over here? So the bear doesn't strike Greshy.
Sure, yeah, you just grab Greshy and try to pull him back.
Move him a bit.
Oh, all right, fine. Okay.
Greshy, come here. Let's move
All
away
right.
from the bear together.
Okay, so you grab Greshy and pull him. He's still like flying in the air. You just like pull him back.
It's like a balloon.
Okay, the ice bear's turn. Greshy having moved, it will turn to strike Rock first, since Rock is closer. Rock is no longer blinded. But it will swing at Rock. The natural 1, that is a miss. It will swing at Gunn in turn. That's a natural 2, that will also miss. And then it'll swing at Phelan with a natural 1 again. So it doesn't do anything. It just kind of it's swinging around wildly, trying to hit anything. And it's clearly gone into some kind of panic. But you hear from inside the tent at the end of the round another voice, another female voice. Oh, Rolf, what are you doing? Rolf, calm down. As a blue-skinned woman with kind of pointy, almost elven-like ears. Her complexion just, completely frosty. Long, flowing blue hair, and like a very kind of loose silken gown. She drifts out of the tent, or out of the opening. And gestures at the ice bear. The ice bear turns and grrr, and she starts burbling at it. It burbles back to her and it turns and kind of crawls down into the snow and burrows away.
Oh. There's Aquin.
I hope we didn't hurt your bear at all. Sorry about that.
Who are you folk? What are you doing here? The icy blue woman just kind of drifts out over the snow.
Right now we were looking for shelter, but we're also seeking a lost loved one.
A lost loved one, you say? Give me actually, all of you, I need will saves, please.
All of us. All right.
Yes.
Oh, very willful. Gunn.
Yeah.
Asher.
There it is. I was staring at this. I was staring at that button going, I'm going to press this and it's going to be bad. I'm going to use my hero point and re-roll that.
Okay, it was a natural 1. Is it going to be another natural 1?
No.
Okay, no, it's a natural 13 for 42. Okay, so 42 from Greshy, 44 from Gunn, 44 from Asher. Technically, Phelan and Rock need to roll as well.
Oh, sure.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You said everyone.
41 for Phelan.
All right.
Rock has a 40.
A 40. Okay. So as she like fully steps out into the snow, you're all like taken aback briefly by just her sheer like beauty. It's like she's just like perfectly sculpted by I don't know, world-renowned sculptor to be the like most beautiful modern woman that you could imagine. You're briefly like shocked, stunned even, but it fades very, very quickly. And she continues. Oh, you're looking for someone? I'm afraid I can't help you. I don't know many people around here. There's not that many who come up this way.
Does anyone live in this hut other than you?
Oh, she kind of takes a glance back behind her. Oh, no, it's just me here.
Insight check?
Cool.
Sure, go ahead. You can roll insight.
Sure. Just very suspicious all of a sudden of this creature. 38 total.
Okay. Well, I mean, you all heard the other voice, so there's definitely another voice here at least. Greshy, the insight that you get from the perception check is that she seems like worried or protective of the person inside. Like when she turned to look back, she has like a brief flash of worry crossed her face, and then when she looked back at you all, there was like a flicker of distrust of the group of you before her face kind of shifts back to a normal, like kind of neutral position, I suppose. A kind of pleasant smile.
Well, would you mind if we came inside and warmed up a bit? It's been awful cold. We're not here to hurt anyone, we promise.
She kind of runs her arm, runs her hand down one arm, like gently as she ponders the idea. Well, if you're cold, there's a fire right here you are more than welcome to use, but I don't know if I should.
Understandable. By the way, we didn't give our names yet. I'm Gunn Shough. This is Greshy and Asher, and Phelan and Rock.
Gunn, you take 4 points of cold damage.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm resisting 5.
Okay, you're just taking ticks of cold damage in the background.
Well, does he get a chance to save against it?
Yeah, you do. Give me some d20s. Sorry, I just realized that you were still taking resistant cold damage, and I forgot to actually make you roll.
Nope,
Whoop.
not on that one. And
There it
second
is.
one should get it.
Okay, so I'll roll a second d6. It's a 1. Okay, so no cold damage for you. Anyway, continue.
Ugh, sorry, this is just a little bit chilly there. Yeah.
Yes, your type doesn't usually survive this long up here without help.
We've come equipped for the journey, but we ran afoul of the Phantom River and need a place to camp and recover. But I think the fire here would be just fine. If that's all right with you.
She glances at the fire and then glances at the three of you.
Miss.
Svavenka.
Svavenka?
Svavenka, yes.
Ah. Lovely name.
She, curtsies lightly. She seems uncertain still.
Would it bother you if we built up the fire slightly?
No, go right ahead. That's fine.
Fireball. No, just kidding.
You say you're travelers, but you do realize that this is a dangerous area to be in, don't you?
Oh, certainly. I think we know quite a lot about what we're getting into here. Not everything, for sure. But we are here to... I'll look at the others. Now to investigate the disturbance. And...
Disturbance? You look more like adventurers to me. Seekers of gold, perhaps? In the lost city?
I don't want anything to do with that gold.
Yeah, not hardly.
We've a bright bastard to kill once we get there.
Makes it sound so violent.
I'm sorry. You wanted to give him a hug first?
Oh, not him. But I don't know, don't go telling people we're gonna kill somebody.
I'm sorry. We're gonna go and very gently put him to sleep.
Oh boy.
Good way to say it. Restful rest.
Well, I suppose what you do here or there is none of my concern. You're more than welcome to the fire. She curtsies again and turns to make towards the door. Oh,
I'd be happy to tell you more of our tale if you'd like to hear it.
Perhaps in a bit. I should freshen up. She politely bows again and makes her way into the hut.
I'm going over here by the fire.
Greshy.
Phelan goes up to the door and is just sniffing around.
Definitely someone else in there.
Yeah. Someone.
Is it your mom, Greshy?
I don't know. I thought she was dead.
We thought she was
dead.
Probably dead.
Do dead people have
But
ghosts?
that's because we thought she...
Or no, do
living people have ghosts? I mean, not all dead people have ghosts either, but...
That's true.
What if she was astral projecting her memory?
What if that wasn't really her ghost, but just a part of the scene that the other ghosts were projecting?
It's possible. Greshy's going to... Are there any windows in this building? Or is it just the one door?
No, it's just it's very, very simple. It's just a round hut with just the one open flap. Actually, there are some two window flaps on either side, but they're also covered. Inside, they've got some fur draped over the yeah.
I'm going to try and open the door. Is it locked?
No, it's literally just a flap of fur.
Oh, I'm just gonna poke my head in then.
Oh, there you go.
Okay.
Are you sure that's what you want to...
Walking right in.
All right,
Oh, boy.
you.
Chicken
I like
top.
watching Jason rub his forehead as he goes, "Oh no, oh what's he done?"
Children, earmuffs on. You, Greshy, you stick your head into the hut to see your mother sitting up in bed, topless, whispering to the blue icy woman, who's like standing right beside the bed. This, I guess it's not that bad. It's just mild nudity, but
I have
Yes.
so many questions.
I guess that's what you get.
Oh, yes, what you get, Greshy.
she's got like bed hair. She's like clearly woken up now or recently, and they're whispering to each other in hushed tones. You can hear now that you can hear the whispering now that you've pulled the flap open. But
Have they not noticed me yet?
what's your stealth DC?
Just a moment. Stealth is 34 is the DC.
34. Actually, neither of them notice you. They're too
Great.
absorbed in
Just gonna pull my head.
whispering to each other.
I'm just gonna pull my head right back away. Just let them have their conversation.
What'd you see in there, Greshy?
Is it her?
Actually, hi. As it turns out, my mother's in there.
Oh,
That's great.
that's good. Why don't you?
Why don't you say
Hello.
say hi?
I'm
Why
gonna
haven't
give
you-
her a minute to feel more presentable. I feel like it'd be kind of rude to interrupt somebody when they're waking up, you know?
Comb her hair.
Exactly. You know, get yourself all spruced up and wearing clothes and all that.
Does she shave her
Oh.
head like you?
No,
I'm
she does not.
imagining-
No,
oh,
she's got
like
plenty of hair.
superimposing.
She has plenty of hair. She's fine. She's alive. That's good.
So she's not a ghost. That's interesting.
That's definitely better news. What in the Greshy goes back into the cabin, just burst right through.
Oh, geez.
What in the seven hills are you doing out here in the middle of the mountains? Where have you been? What is going on up here?
Greshy, is that you? She immediately like pulls the blanket up above her breasts to cover her shame, or
Shame.
perhaps not shame.
I've seen
Maybe
her
she's
tits
quite proud of
before.
them.
It's been many years, but I've seen them.
She
Suppose she
power
might also
played.
have a lovely beard.
She just gets out of bed. She's like, Greshy.
I don't know what kind of relationship necessarily Greshy had with his mother, but
I imagine at some point he was breastfed. It's been a long time since then.
it's been a
but
very
just
long
saying.
time. Is that you? What are you doing here?
Well, as it turns out, we're going to go kill a man up in the mountains, but on the way, we found out you were up here and I thought dead. You're very much so not dead. I'm very glad to see that. What the hell are you doing up here?
Get out! I'll be out in a sec. And she like just grabs a candle from the nightstand and throws it at you.
All right, fine. Or she stomps out. Aye, that's my mother.
Oh, it sounds
At
like
least she
she's
recognized
doing
you.
well.
Yeah, she throws candles about the same. Anyway, gonna just sit over here and warm up while she gets ready, I guess.
Okay. You toasty yourself up by the fire. You still feel hunger in your belly. You've gotten to that like second wind point of being awake for so long that you're real tired, but you don't think you could sleep right now.
Oh no, not right now.
But yeah, it takes a few minutes for Gulsdom to get properly dressed, but she eventually steps out into the cold, followed by Svavenka. She's immediately just like Phelan has been sitting directly in front of the door, staring at it while you guys have been sitting around the fire. And she opens the flap. She just is face to face with Phelan, and she goes, "Whoa! Oh my goodness! What are you? Oh, Greshy, is this?" And she looks at Phelan and looks at you.
Hi, that's Phelan. It's been a bit, but
he's mighty different since the last time I saw him.
He's grown up a bit. It happens after a few years.
Well,
also he died a couple times, but he's back now.
I suppose you'll have to tell me about it. And she's carrying a tray of clay, like cups, that she brings and sets down by the fire. Svavenka like coolly drifts just out the doorway, and just kind of watches over as Gulsum sets the tray down and passes the cups around, and then picks up the kettle out of the snow, throws some tea leaves in, pours in some water, and sets the pot on the campfire. It's no worries. I'm surprised to see the sun out here after all. Is this a trick? You're not...
What sort of trick were you think?
Well, I was apologizing to Svavenka for abusing her trust there ever so slightly. But we did think that we heard the person we were seeking, and we were correct.
I was going to say, it's not really trusting when she lies bold-faced to us.
She had a good reason.
I hide my mother from me. That's a great reason.
Your mother fled here amid some pretty trying circumstances.
Apparently.
I'm sure she was only protecting her.
Svavenka kind of icily glances down to Greshy. How was I supposed to know that this dwarf in particular wasn't one that was chasing after her?
Could have asked.
That's what you do. You ask every dwarf you see, are you the bloodthirsty one that's trying to kill my friend?
You know, if you ask a dwarf, they're legally obliged to tell you the truth. They cannot lie about something like that.
You think I know dwarf law, Greshy?
I have no idea what you know all about lumber mills, and I have no idea why.
Yeah, I know lumber law. I don't know dwarf law.
Not to get you off track, but do you know why you know lumber law?
Yes, I love trees. I've worked with the trees. I've cut the trees. I've shipped the trees. I know all about... I read the manual for the lumber mill.
Gulsdom is just laughing here. What on earth are you all talking about?
I don't even know at this point.
It's been a long trek.
And you must all be hungry. I don't have much in the way of food, but if we
eat, are we going to be able to find our way to the city, or is that going to be a problem? Well, I don't know if you know, Ma.
To the city.
What was her name again? Svavenka?
Yes, she's Svavenka. I'll type it in chat.
Hey, we're trying to get to this big old city over here. Almost had it.
Way more E's than I wrote down.
I had one. You'll have to guess which one.
Svavenka shrugs. I've never needed to go hungry to see the city, but why you'd want to go there is, I suppose you must have some kind of. It sounds like you're on some kind of revenge quest. But as far as I'm aware, you could just walk right in. Assuming you get past the harpies and the rune giants and all that sort of thing.
Less revenge and more defense of...
Preventative measures.
Yeah, preventative measures. Good.
Preventative
good word
revenge.
choice.
Maybe Karzug will be a great ruler of the people.
We're getting revenge in advance of him doing anything except for all the things he's already done. So it's kind of revenge. He did kill a lot of people.
The events
tried
of
to
the
kill
last
me.
few months in Varizia have led us here to stop the resurrection of a villain most foul.
Karzug.
Gulsdom looks at Svavenka and looks at the group of you, looks back, and just, the two of them shrug. I'm afraid I don't. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out voices for these two to be different. Gulsdom says, "I'm not sure exactly who you're talking about, but it's good that you're making friends, Greshy." And she smiles.
Thanks, Ma.
But
Appreciate it.
what are you doing, Gull? How did why here? How did you find me in this place?
Phelan. Well, amongst other things.
Oof.
Yeah, he led
Phelan
us
seemed to
straight
know
here,
where you were pretty good.
Phelan pants.
more or less.
Oh,
Oh.
did you give me that flower back gun?
Oh yes, I think I surely did.
Well, I'll fish
Just
out
needed it for
the flower, the pressed flower, and return it. 'Cause I believe this is yours, Ma.
She sets down her cup and looks at it, and she like reaches like towards it and kind of hesitates, and then reaches out to like fully grasp it, and she like her hand like touches yours, and she's just kind of like looking at it and looks at you. Greshy, you really do have his eyes. And she pulls you in and just like goes for like a really tight hug.
Well, this is nice. It's been a while.
I still don't believe that you're here. And she releases the hug and with one hand is like holding you on the shoulder, and with one hand is looking down at the flower. If you found this, you must have found the cabin.
We did.
We
laid the others to rest, including what was his name? The foreman. Not Silas, the one who went.
Karavak.
Karavak?
Including Karavak.
So no one else made it,
Not the one.
Not that we found.
She lets out a long sigh and
How did you get here from there?
to be honest, I don't quite know. She says, looking at you, Gunn. I can remember it like it was yesterday. Karavek, he went mad. Silas didn't... I ran as fast as I could, and I was going to hide in the mine, but he managed to catch me somehow, but before he could attack me, something picked him up, and he like flew into the sky or something. I was able to run from there, but then I just spent days wandering around in the woods and lost and hungry, and I don't know. My eyes started playing tricks on me. I saw this strange, ghostly river. I was hungry, so I hoped that maybe there were fish in it, even though it was a silly idea. I ended up following it until I came here. Svenka was nice enough to pull me up out of the snow before I froze to death, and I've been here ever since. I've made a lovely little house. She kind of gestures at her very shoddily made shack. And it's cold up here, but there's plenty of mushrooms and...
Why you wouldn't want to try going back? It would be a very difficult journey even in any season.
Aye, yes, but I mean, more than that, I honestly, Greshy, I thought you were dead long ago. I didn't think the outside world had much for me anymore. All my love's taken from me. It seemed like a good place as any to die.
Well, you didn't die yet, so that's a good thing. I'm glad to see you're alive.
No, not yet, not yet. I've still got plenty of years left in me. She smiles and glances over towards Svenka.
Cheers, that's right. And see, Greshy, this nice lady has indeed been the one who saved your mom.
Well, it's appreciated. That was quite the kindness you did for my mother. Thank you.
It's what any naiad would do.
Is it really, though?
Well, it was how me and my sisters were raised.
Good to know that about naiads. Regardless, I do appreciate it.
Well, I mean, to be honest, some of my sisters tended to be a bit jealous, but...
Does that mean this is your tree? I'll look over at the big...
Naiad would be
pine
water.
here.
Oh, trees are dryads, dear.
But I thought the other gal, Miriana's...
She was a dryad.
She had a tree.
Miriana? Sorry, you've met my sister?
That's a word for it.
Oh, how's she doing? She's the
Sadly,
Lady of the Lake in, I believe she called it back turtle or something like that.
Go back, fairy.
Sadly, she was
Turtle.
slain by these very same fiends that we're hunting now.
We're going to get revenge for her too.
But before then, she found
Slain? What do you mean slain?
I'm sorry to bring you.
No, you can't be. She,
We,
her eyes, like she's just, her head drops, and she's just like, she like puts her like hands up. She's like staring at her hands. No, my sister can't.
met her, but
be.
only after the some of the others turned on her in, I suppose, jealousy. What were their names? The three.
Shit, I should have put their names down.
That's in a different set of notes. The one.
It is in a different set of notes. Can I quickly find their names? I think it's after this section.
Gave her up to Lamias and giants to, but we righted that to the best we could. Some part of her shade is still at that lake, and she fell in love with a human who is now its protector.
It's
Oh,
not
that-
human
She had a
anymore.
lovely willow tree.
I've seen it once or twice over the years. That human. His name was Lamashtu or something like that, wasn't it?
No, not
Lamar.
Lamitar. Yeah.
Ah, yes.
Lamashtu is the evil god.
Oh, right. I don't keep track much of the gods.
Oh, fair enough.
Hey, me neither.
She smiles at that.
But no,
I see. Well, I think I need a moment, actually. And she will drift into the hut.
What a lovely day we've given her by telling her that.
yeah. Do we have anything of Miriana's left?
Probably not.
Just her blessing.
I mean, we all look fancier because of her. Well, not look, I suppose, but we are fancier because of her.
I'll feel fancy.
Mm-hmm.
I guess Asher's bow was Lamitar's, wasn't it?
It was.
That's
So-
true.
I don't know if that
Traded.
has any bearing or meaning at all.
It's also a dog man now.
I had forgotten, and you're absolutely right. He is. He's a Shuni, isn't
A
he?
human man. Well, now he's not.
Yes, he did. He did get reincarnated, and he did become a Shuni as a result.
Oh dear, oh dear.
Well, it sounds like you've all certainly had quite the adventures. I'm so
really tell you
drifting
this
for her
place.
accents. Jesus. Sorry. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. I'm not an actor, chat. I'm not an actor.
I see her and Greshy don't have the same accent.
But I'm not a rapper.
I wanted to. They've been
She's
so
different travels than she was.
Yes, they haven't seen each other for like a long time. So, in any case,
40 years?
Picked up the old city accent.
50 years, I think, actually. This is what it sounds like when you come from Magnamar. Except for all the people we talked to who said don't sound like this at all in Magnamar.
Very interesting that. I do recall most of them didn't sound like you.
well, y'all done had
Yet
some
it's the
right
accent.
interesting adventures. I'm quite curious to.
That's
No, I'm
the
not going
accent where I come from.
What are we going to do with that?
Anyways,
Oh dear.
Gulsum takes a sip of the tea that she's readied, and well, you boys must be quite tired from your journey. We don't have a lot of room inside, but you're more than welcome to make use of the floor. And I'm sure once Favenka's calmed down a bit, I'm sure she doesn't mind you staying around. She didn't build the hut after all.
Be the ones to deliver the news.
No. It's good that you told her. She'll be fine. Trust me.
We aren't in the river anymore, correct? We are completely far away. I'm not going to drown if I go to sleep someplace.
No. You can actually see the real river now. And it's off to the east. Off map here.
So I'm going to shrink Phelan down to puppy size and then pass Phelan to my mother so that she can watch him for a little bit.
Sure. You know how much I love
pass out, and I do.
Yes. You get some sleep. You're all probably so tired from your hike.
Greshy, could you hand me the bag then? That's the only place Rock will be able to.
Oh, sure.
Fit and warm up.
I'll pass the bag of containment over, so you can use that.
Rock will get inside. Did I say? I can't remember if large creatures can fit in, but I'm just going to say sure. Why not?
You did. You were able to fit large creatures. They just took up a lot more space.
The bear, wasn't it? We got the.
We did. The bear.
Yes, that's true. The bear was inside. Okay. Yeah.
Just
Rock
briefly, but...
sticks his beak in and then zoop inside the bag.
Well, Greshy's going to, I guess he'll just kind of tuck up next to the fire and try and get what little shut-eye he can get left. Get that taken care of.
All right. Greshy just, lies down by the fire. Gulsdub is just sitting there, petting Phelan, who is more than happy to have extra pets and attention. Asher and Gunn, what do you guys do?
Fortunately, I think I tore up my other tent at some point.
You did. I think you ripped it to make a bag or something.
I have a bedroll, but no place to put it. Maybe we'll just try and make a spot.
Or you can dig out some spots of the snow if you want. There's less snow underneath the tree. Has less snow directly underneath it.
Oh, actually, that's a good idea. Can curl up against the base of the tree, shovel some snow out of the way. Okay.
Yeah, you kind of you move into the space between the tree and the hut, where there's significantly less snow. Set up your bedroll and lean up against the tree. Asher?
Wait. Ooh. Where is that?
Or can find the bag with Rock.
Where?
Asher morphs into a vulture, you can pick whatever animal you want, but
my fat little chicken body flaps
chicken. All right.
into the tree to roost.
Always chicken.
Okay, yeah, Asher morphs into a chicken and kind of flaps up into the tree. And a little bit of snow shakes off some branches and falls down onto you, Gunn, but not enough to be concerning. You just kind of wipe it off. And And yeah, Asher roosts, Gunn goes to sleep there, Greshy, you sleep by the fire. And that, I think, is where we're going to end it for tonight, since it is already 10:40. So, thank you everybody for playing. Hope you had a lovely little session. Your mother's alive, as it turns out.
I was expecting her to be dead, so that was definitely a surprise.
I can't kill everyone's mothers.
I gave you
killed the
all
dad.
of these background characters with the explicit intention that you just murder all of them. So
I can't make murder my like go-to for everyone. So sometimes I have to threaten murder and make it seem like they've been murdered. Oh, well, real quick, I was really hoping that you would try sending to her. But you were pretty convinced that she was dead, so you never actually tried it.
He suggested it, and he was like, "No, what's the point? This wisdom spell."
I thought it would be very funny.
that would have been such an easy way to get that answer.
But no, I like how it turned out. This is the much more dramatic way. So I hope you all had fun. Thank you all for playing. We'll see you next week. Soon. I don't think there's anything weird going on. Nope, looks like the 14th. Cool. All right, same bat time, same bat channel. Peace.